You see, guys, here's the thing about life, that if you're not creating content on a daily basis, if you're not doing something to help people, if you're not trying to grow your mindset, if you're not trying to grow in every single way possible to make sure that you are your best version, that you're going towards something that is your goals and that is your dreams, to make sure that you can achieve it, for example, to make sure that you can think outside the box, that you can help yourself to do something that's spectacular that you've never done before, to make sure that you realize that there's so much potential in you right now, that you have to realize that, and you have to realize how to influence yourself to make sure that you can influence other people in a way that is in accordance to what life needs from you. You have to understand. So when you are doing something that's productive, or when you're doing something that's really going and talking about things in a way that you're trying to make common sense of things, you're trying to grow yourself, you're trying to make sure that people have what they deserve in terms of information from you, from your life experience, from your type of shoes, where you walked your shoes and you understand yourself better than anybody, and you understand that you have to express that, and you have to express yourself if you want to make sure that you live a life of gratitude, and if you live a life of something that you are grateful, in a way that you're trying to improve yourself, that you're trying to grow yourself in a beautiful way. You understand? You have to understand that you have to grow. That's what I'm talking about. You have to understand that if you grow, then you can be grateful, then you can be beautiful, then you can be confident, because you have to understand that everything starts with growth, and those people who do grow every single day are the people who are going to do great things in life. You have to understand that many people are not trying to consciously help other people with words. They're not trying to give money away, apparently, because they're trying to be selfish. They're trying to be people who are in secrecy, for example. They're not, apparently, all they're trying to do is, they're not doing things for other people. They're doing it for themselves. In a sense, so you have to realize that, for example, I'm doing this content for you, in a sense, so that I can help you to grow, but also to help myself in the process, in a sense. So you have to realize that there are two kinds of people in the world, and you have to avoid both of them. You understand? You have to avoid people, and you have to understand that in life, that it's nice to socialize with people. It's nice to get out and about and go eat at a restaurant and all that kind of stuff, and go to the movies and go to the beach and swimming pools and night clubbing and festivals. But there comes a time in your life when you get over it. You get over it. You just start, you get over it in a way that you just start to really go inside of yourself. You start to really wake up to yourself. You understand? Because you have to realize that maturity and growth is all about spirituality, and it's all about waking up to yourself and being much more realistic about your goals and your potential and what you want to achieve. Yes, and so if you want to help yourself every single day to do something that's beautiful in life, then you're going to do kind things. You're going to be generous. You're going to be generous with your money. You're going to give money to the homeless. You're going to give food and shelter to the people of your life. You're going to be someone who gives shelter and someone who gives service to other people. Yes, and you're going to be able to provide, for example, words and words of advice to other people, so that they can grow, so that they can flourish, so that they can do something that they've never done before. You understand? Because that's how you unlock people's potential. The best way to unlock people's potential is to speak words to them. I promise you, if someone was always speaking words to you, that would energize you. You understand? It would energize you. It would help you to see much better. It would help you to live much better. So, for example, on my spare time, you have to realize that what I do is I do some music production, and I do some life coaching. That's all I do in my spare time. You understand? I've got nothing else to do. So, for example, you have to realize that yes, I make some photos of myself here and there, but the thing is that what I'm trying to really do is I'm trying to inspire people to do better. I'm trying to help myself in the process of everything, so that I can inspire myself to grow, so that I can inspire people to grow, so I can inspire little kids and babies and everyone to make sure that they can live a greater life. You understand? That's what it's about. I promise you, those people who understand how to live a greater life every single day are the people that are the wisest, and they're the people that you need to go to for help. So there are many people out there who has a lot of wisdom about life. You understand? So you have to understand that there are a lot of people out there who have lots of wisdom to give you. And those people who have lots of wisdom to give you are the people that you must, let's say, be grateful for, but you also must get their ideas. You must apply their ideas to your life. You must be able to utilize what you have in your pocket right now in terms of money, in terms of wisdom, in terms of everything of experience that you've experienced in your life to give to other people, because all that people work for in life is everything that they give away. In a sense, so for example, my grandfather and my ancestors all worked to give everything away. In a sense, so I'm working to give everything away. In a sense, so for example, your life and other people's lives, you have to realize that everybody's working in life to just give everything away. In a sense, so for example, my grandfather and all my grandmas and all that kind of stuff, you have to realize that they worked for a house, they gave it away to me. You understand? They gave me their inheritance. You understand? They worked for it and they just give it away like that. You understand? But the thing is that what's much better than giving real estate away is giving words away. You have to realize that those people who have the words to give you are the richest people on the planet. You understand? Because you have to realize that if you have nothing to give in life, then you are very poor as a person. You understand? You're very poor if you've got nothing to give. I promise you, I have so much to give. I have so much music that I want to create and give to the world. I have so much words that I can express every single day of my life. And I'm so grateful that I'm able to express words, that I'm able to every single day find a direction in my life, that I'm able to grow myself in ways that I've never grown myself before. That I'm able to experience things I've never experienced before, that I'm able to go a certain direction, a new kind of direction in my life that I've never went in before, because I understand that I have to try something new that I've never done before. And now you have to realize that something that I've never tried in my life is something that I need to do. You know, so you have to realize that in your life that you have to go the new way. You have to go every single day, produce your life in a way that you're in accordance to God, that you're in accordance to something that's greater for you, that you're in accordance to what's the best thing for you. You understand? So you have to do what works in your life, and you have to understand that no matter what happens in your life, that you always have to make sure that you're living a great life. You understand? You have to live a great life. If you plan to teach people, if you plan to do anything in life, you have to be happy in the moment. You have to make sure that your life is the happiest it can be every single day. And you have to understand that all you're really trying to achieve is a great feeling in life. You're just trying to have a great feeling for yourself, that you want to have a sense of accomplishment, that you did a lot for this life, that you did a lot for people, that you had so many responsibilities in life, and that you were happy amongst those responsibilities that you have, because somehow you are a provider for people to grow, to develop themselves, to make sure that they are living life to the fullest. In a sense, so you have to realize that no matter what happens, you have to grow anyway. You have to make sure that you're always inspiring, that you're always trying to find information to give to other people, because when you're doing that, you have to realize that's how you grow. You grow through making common sense, and the more common sense you make, the better in terms of your wisdom is going to be, and the better you're going to be in terms of your mindset, and you're also going to be a much better person in terms of your attitude is going to be much better, because you have to realize that, as Dr. Wayne Dyer says, that all you're really trying to do in life is have a better attitude. You know, so you have to have a better attitude to life. And those people who have great attitudes to life have a great life. You know, so you have to realize that no matter how poor you are, no matter how rich you are, if you have a shit attitude, then you're not going to have friends, and you're not going to have many people who are supporting you in life if you have a shit attitude toward life. You have to realize that, for example, I recently sent my music to people, okay? and some of them say good things about it, and some of them say really really awful things about it. You understand? So you have to realize that if you get given something from other people and they give you some music or they give you some words or something like that, don't throw trash at them. Don't say how much of a faggot they are or how gay they are or how lesbian they are or whatever. I mean, you have to realize that what you say in terms of your words is what you are. So you have to realize that if you talk negative words, you become a negative person. Do you understand? And if you become a negative person, that's going to drive you to kill someone. You understand? That's going to drive you to cause violence. So what you speak out of your mouth is the most powerful thing in the universe. You have to realize that those people who, for example, hang around with me are the people who are going to understand a better mindset, and they're going to understand how to really do things in accordance to a greater way of life. Because you have to realize I teach a lot of things around life. I teach a lot of things about people. I teach a lot of things about everything. And you have to realize that because I teach, I have a much greater wisdom because of what I say. And because of what I say is what I also do. And because of what I do is also how I feel. And because of how I feel is also what I say. You understand? So you have to realize that because I speak from a nice point of view every single day, then I become a nice person. I become a nice person to be around. And now you have to realize that most people don't want to be around me. You understand? Most people don't want to be around me. Do you know why? Because they're unaware of Danny Milivojevic. You understand? They're unaware of my heart. They're unaware of how I speak words. They're unaware of how much content I do for people. They're unaware of how much I give to people. You understand? They're unaware of how good I am. You understand? So you have to realize that because I am a lone wolf, you understand? I walk alone in life. And because I go alone, I find myself in places where other people don't go. You understand? Because you have to realize that I'm not part of the crowd. I am the headliner of a festival. I'm a person who makes seminars around people. I'm a person who helps people to make sure that their hearts are opening up, that they are opening up love into the world, that they are trying to be kind people. You understand? That also that they're trying to be confident in a way that I'm trying to make them confident. I'm trying to help them to unlock their potential, and that's what I am. I am that kind of individual who's a spiritual teacher who understands everything about the mind. You have to understand, but the thing is that I don't understand anything about life, even though I speak words about it, and because I speak words about it, it just makes common sense that I know nothing about life. But the thing is, you have to realize that because I have something to say, then I have listeners who are willing to listen to my speech and to my words, because my words are very positive, and because I only understand my direction, and I understand where people are going as well. You see, and because I understand where people are going in their life, I understand how to help these people to make sure that they can unlock a greater potential for themselves. And now you have to realize that I don't care how many people listen to my content. I don't give a fuck how many people listen to my content. You understand? Because what I really care about is that I help people. And now, if people really see that I am trying to help people, then that's the whole thing that I want to express every single day, is that really great vibe that I have in life. You understand? I want to express a really good passion about life that I have, and I want to give that passion to other people. So, if my music sucks, you're going to see the passion inside of that music. And if my speech sucks, then you're going to see my passion in the way I speak my words. You understand? And you have to realize that there's always something to say. So you have to realize that no matter what you are doing right now, you have to realize that the more you speak words and the more you realize exactly what you're going to say and why you're going to say it and how you're going to say it with your tones and everything that's got to do with emotional quotient and intelligence quotient. You understand? You have to realize that everything in life vibes to what you say, and because what you say is what goes and what you say is what you are, then you have to realize that you are what you eat. You understand? You are also what you eat. You have to look out for what you eat. You have to look out for your body. You have to look out for your temple. Your temple is your body. You have to understand your mind, your body, your heart, your soul is craving a greater influence in your life. You have to understand everything in life is a greater influence if you can see that opportunity inside of you and other people. You understand? So you have to realize that everything is a great opportunity to understand that no matter what happens, that you have to see influences of all people. You have to understand everyone's an influencer to some degree. You understand everyone's unique to some degree. You have to understand that you have to open up people's hearts. You have to open up your heart every single day. You have to understand that before in my life, I wasn't somebody that was giving a lot of content. I wasn't giving a lot of words to people. I wasn't trying to help people as much as possible. I wasn't trying to be my best version. I wasn't trying to help myself to plan my life. I wasn't trying to journal my thoughts down. I wasn't trying to help myself in a way that I am now. In a sense, so the thing is that the big difference right now is because of my wisdom right now that I have, I'm able to express that wisdom in terms of words, and because I can use my words to my advantage, I can help anybody, just about anybody, to live life every single day. You have to understand, you have to realize that there are people out there who are so close-minded that they're not willing to hear your words. They're not willing to help themselves, and you can't help these people. You have to realize that all you can really do is show them your passion. You know, saying you can really show them your passion. You can show people what you're doing, and people can be inspired by that, or people can really be turned off by that. You understand? But you have to realize that you don't have to care about that stuff. You don't have to be cared if you inspire a person. You don't have to care if you inspire people or not. A person, just make sure that you're inspiring yourself the most. You understand? Make sure that you are selfish, but make sure that you're selfless at the same time as you're selfish. You understand? So make sure that you're selfish and selfless at the same time. You understand? Make sure that you keep something for yourself. Make sure that you reward yourself. Make sure that you understand that sometimes it's better for you to keep your money with you. You understand? Make sure you understand that sometimes it's better to keep the money that you have with you instead of giving it to other people. Sometimes it's better for you to understand that if you give words of advice to people, so for example, if some homeless person comes up to you and asks for money, apparently instead of giving them money, give them words. Say, hey, listen, I understand you're on the street. I understand that you're doing this because you want to grow. I understand that you want to grow. Here is my business card. Make sure that you go on my YouTube channel. Make sure that you go on my social media. Make sure that you start reading my content, because that's what's going to feed you, mate. I promise you, $1, $2, $3, $4 that you're asking for is not going to help you. You understand? It's not going to help you as much as my words will. You understand? So you have to realize that no matter what, that if you just give much more words than you give money in life, then you're going to understand how to unlock your true potential. And you're going to realize that many people are limited by the money they have, but apparently they don't realize that they are not their bank account. You know, saying you are not your bank account. You are the words that you speak. And now, if you give level 10 words, then you are level 10 person. You know, so if you give 50,000 million words, then you are 50,000 million times better than you were yesterday. Yes, and you have to realize that every single day that you help yourself to grow and you help yourself to give as much content as possible every single day, and you're just delivering that from your heart, you're delivering something that's quality, you're making sure that you're doing something that's profound in your ability to help yourself to never procrastinate, to never jet lag, to make sure that you wake up on time, to make sure that you're not drinking caffeine, that you're not smoking cigarettes, that you're not eating meat, that you're becoming a vegan every single day, that you're making sure that you're doing something that's helping you to move forward every single day, that you're making sure that you're living the best life that you can every single day, that you're making sure that you're always studying nutrition, study everything behind every single label of the food packages out there. Make sure that you really look and study upon what's in your food and what's in life itself, and why do you have to study life, and why do you have to study people, and why do you have to study emotions and how you feel, and why do you have to study the brain, and why do you have to study everything about life? Why do you have to study? I don't know why you have to study, but you have to realize that you do have to study. You know what I'm saying? I just understand that. You have to every single day read, because you have to realize that when you read, you grow. You understand? I don't know why you have to read, but you have to read. You understand? You have to read if you want to grow. You understand? So you have to realize that if you want to grow every single day, you have to understand that studying and reading material every single day on a daily basis is the best thing for you in terms of your diet. You understand? It's your diet, bro. You have to understand, brother and sister, that what I'm talking about is you. I'm talking about your life. I'm talking about making sure that you have the best life for yourself every single day, that you're growing yourself, that you're moving forward in your life, that you're trying to find that passion of yours, that you're trying to find your purpose, that you're trying to find what you want to do and give it as much as possible. You have to realize, I recently said to myself that all I'm really trying to do is create content, showcase it, become free from it, and repeat it. You know, so do you understand those words? That all I'm trying to do is create more content, okay? That's what I'm trying to do. I'm creating more content right now. And then what I'm trying to do after that is I'm trying to showcase that content somewhere. You know, so what I do to showcase my content is I post it up online somewhere for people to see. You know, so that's how I showcase it. I put it on YouTube, I put it on Instagram, I put it on Snapchat, I put it on all these social medias that I can handle. You know, I only handle as much social medias as I can in my daily life. You know, so you have to realize that if one social media works for me, then I'm just going to be on that one fucking social media helping people. You understand? That's the most important thing. You know, make sure that you can manage as much social medias in your life as possible that you can do, and try to give as much content as possible on those social medias so that you can showcase your work somewhere. You understand? Because you live on the internet. You have to remember that once you pass away from this life, you're going to understand that everything that you've done for this life is online somewhere. It's on the internet somewhere. And now if you're not doing content to showcase on the internet somewhere, then you're not going to have much of a legacy. You're not going to have much of, let's say, a workload of, let's say, you're not going to have much of a work ethic in life, that you work for something to make sure that you can leave behind for people to grow. You understand? So you have to realize, yes, maybe you have a family, maybe you have kids, maybe you have a wife that you provided for so much for, you understand? But the thing is that only goes so far. You only were helping your family. You're only helping your family. Like, how selfish? Why would you be that selfish? Why would you only help your family? Why don't you help so many families out there in the world who are so poor, who are so rich? Doesn't matter who they are. Just make sure you're giving them content. Make sure you're giving them words. You understand? So first of all, you have to realize you're trying to create content, and then you're trying to showcase it. And then you're trying to what? You're trying to make sure that you become free from it. And now what this means is that you are trying to make wisdom from it, okay? Because wisdom becomes freedom. You understand? So the more you create, the more wisdom you make, okay? And the more you showcase it, the more wisdom you make. And because you make more wisdom, you become much more of a free soul, okay? You become a free agent. You become so free from your own work that you don't have to work a day in your life anymore, because it doesn't feel like work anymore. You understand? That's what I'm trying to say. And then because you're becoming free from it, okay, then what you do is you repeat your schedule. You repeat everything. You see, and what I'm trying to say is, once you repeat it, you repeat all of that, and then you do it in a different way. You understand? You do it in a different way. In a way, you repeat your content in a different way, and then you just keep posting more content online every single day, trying to showcase it, trying to become free from it, trying to grow wisdom from it, trying to make sure that you're growing into this massive potential that you can every single day. You understand? That's what it's about. Every single day, understanding that you're giving potential to people. You're giving people your voice. You're giving people your heart. You're giving people your words. Your words are the most important words in the planet of this universe. You have to realize every single day, you have to realize everything that's in everything that's in the universe is words. There's nothing else that you can do in life except words. I promise you, if you are able to utilize words to your life, you're able to utilize everything into your life. I promise you, those people who can use words to their advantage, they're the people who have a great mind. I promise you, they have a great mind, they have everything in life, and they have a rich life. You understand? Because they are the ones that can speak words. I promise you, they can speak words better than anybody, and that's why they found their passion. They found the passion for speaking words. You understand? Those people who speak words like Oprah Winfrey, Tony Robbins, Zig Ziglar, Osho, Dr. Wayne Dyer, I can name so many of them. You have to realize Stephen R. Covey and everyone in life, such as Jim Rohn and Eckhart Tolle, all these people are trying to speak as much words in the planet as possible so that they can vibrate into the universe in a better way and in a better direction. You understand? So you have to realize that every single day you speak words and you try to help yourself to grow in different ways that you've never grown before. You have to realize that's the whole point of having an experience, and that's the whole point of having something to talk about. You have to understand, if you've got nothing to talk about, then you're not interesting. I'm sorry. You're not an interesting person if you've got nothing to talk about. You know, so you have to realize that talking, and those people who understand how to talk to a woman or how to talk to a man can get the man or woman. I promise you, they can get anybody in life. You know, saying they can. I promise you, if you can speak words to those people, you can make them your spouse. You can make them become married to you. You can make them laugh. You can make them so interesting because of your words. Because your words are so interesting that you have to realize that if you don't find yourself interesting in the words that you speak, then you don't find yourself interesting at all. Yes, and so you have to realize that those people who are interesting, are understanding and understandable about life, you have to realize they are the people who understand how to speak words. And now, if you can master one thing in your life, what would it be? What would the one thing be that you can master in your life? I promise you, the only thing that you really can master in life is words. I promise you, if you can master words every single day, you have to realize something, that I have not mastered words yet. You understand? I have not mastered words yet, but I can master words. You understand? I can be someone who can master the words that I speak. You understand? Because you have to realize that the only way to master anything in life is to do it more. You understand? So if I speak more words, then I'm able to master more words. You understand? So you have to realize that the more I speak words, the more I vibrate, the more my energy shows. The more I make my riches in life. You have to realize every single day I'm always trying to grow myself in the best way possible, because I understand that no matter what happens, you have to be on point. You have to be on schedule. You have to make sure that every single day you show up for success. You understand? I promise you, those people who show up for success every single day are the people who have a life. They have something to give. They have something every single day that's really passionate in life. I promise you, that's the words that they speak, and that's their life, that's their experience, that's everything in their life that they have. You know, saying everything that you have right now is something that you have to give away. You have to give away much more of. Okay, you have to give it away right now. You know, saying, so as soon as you start giving away your soul to other people, I promise you, that's when you start building your soul even more. You start even expanding yourself in a way that you've never expanded yourself before, because you can open up to people. You can open up in a great way. You can start teaching. You can start really enthusiastically making sure that you're living a great life for yourself. I promise you, don't you want a great life? I promise you, don't you want to live rich? I promise you, don't you want to drive the fastest cars, making sure that you have everything you ever want in life, because you can have the words to speak, because you can have everything in life in your life now. So you have to realize that no matter what happens, that every single day that you live life, every single day that you do something that's spontaneous, that's something that you've never done before, something that is such as this audio program that I'm speaking. I've never done this audio program before, so I'm going a new direction, aren't I? You have to realize that I recently made some music that I never went in that direction before. You know, and because I never went in that direction, I realized that the next directions I go in terms of making music, I'm going to go in the direction that I've never gone before, because that's how I keep being creative. You have to realize that I don't know the next words I'm going to speak, but I understand this word that I'm going to speak. I understand my words step by step. You have to realize, so for example, the words I'm speaking right now are just coming to me, but they're coming to me one word at a time. So that first word is the word that I speak. You understand? That first word that I express, I promise you, another word comes after that. You understand? So you have to realize that is how you speak. You have to realize you speak from one word to another. You understand? You speak from one step at a time. You understand? You have to realize that you can't speak 10 words at a time. You can speak one word at a time. You understand? So you have to realize all you have to really remember is that first word that you're going to speak, and then the word comes to you. That next word comes to you. That next word comes to you. And then you just understand that's what communicational skills is. And now you have to realize something, that most people won't let you speak in front of them. I promise you, they won't let you speak to the degree that you want to speak. You have to realize why this is, because they're sick and tired of you. You have to realize they're negative critics. So you have to realize that you don't have to be around people to enjoy your life, and you don't have to be around in a crowd somewhere because of the crowd and because of them. You have to realize that you have to be on the stage. You have to be making sure that the crowd is watching you somewhere in life. You have to realize either you're making your own seminars around people where you're talking personal development, you're talking business, you're talking finance, you're talking real estate, you're talking seminars, you're talking whatever it is to help these people to grow. That's what you need to do. And then you have to realize that either making sure that you're doing something on TikTok, doing something on social media, doing something on Snapchat or Instagram or YouTube or whatever it is. You're making videos, you're making audio programs, you're making every single day content every single day. And the more content you make, the more of a vocabulary you build, because you just build more common sense this way. And because you're building more common sense in a different way that you've never done before, then you realize that this is how you build wisdom, man. You have to realize you build wisdom because wisdom is something that's so enriching. It's so empowering. It's something that's really inside of you. It's inside of you, but it's so like God-like. I promise you, it's like God nature. I promise you, God nature, God wisdom. I promise you, that's what you need every single day. And the only way to get that is to speak words every single day. And I promise you, you speak your tones. You speak the tones in your voice, and you make sure that you can hear my tones. You understand? My tones are more important than my words. You understand? You have to realize that the reason for that is because you have to realize something, that because I speak tones, I'm teaching you much more communicational skills in my tones than I am in the words. You understand? Because the words are also important, but they're not as important as the tones. Apparently, tones are more powerful. Apparently, tones are more powerful than words. You understand? But the thing is that words are part of tones. You understand? So you have to realize everything in life is a word, and your word is everything. You understand? You have to realize you have to keep your word for yourself. You understand? You have to keep your word for yourself, but then you have to give it to others as well. You understand? You have to give everything of yourself. You have to make sure every single day that you're doing something spontaneous that you've never done before, making sure that you're growing in different ways that you've never done before, making sure you're actually growing. You understand? You have to grow in a nice way, in a beautiful way, in a kind way, making sure you're living life to the fullest. I promise you, that's the whole point of this program. I'm trying to teach you the most I can every single day. I'm trying to make sure that every single day I'm doing the best I can for myself so that I can grow myself, so that I can grow you from that point. So you have to realize every single day I grow myself even more and more and more. Then I've got more things to talk about because I speak words. You understand? Because I speak words, I always have the next word to talk about. I always have next words to talk about. And because I have so many words to talk about, then I become an interesting person because I understand exactly what I'm going to say and why I'm going to say it. Because you have to realize that with communication, you have to be on top of it. You have to be on top of words. You have to be on top of communication if you want to live a great life. If you want to be someone that's really, really impacting people in a positive way and in a positive direction. So make sure you're never slurring your speech either. Make sure that you're never coughing in your speech. Make sure that you're doing something really, really that's really precise in a way that isn't perfect, but making sure that you're trying to be better. You understand? Don't be perfect. Be better than yesterday. You understand? So you have to realize every single day you're a work in progress. You're trying to progress in life. You're trying to progress your skills. You're trying to increase your skills. You're trying to make sure every single day you're doing something that's really, really straightforward, simple. You understand? You have to be a simple mind. You have to understand every single day you be a simple mind. Then you can become a genius. You can start creating something. You understand? So you create these words, for example. You create a lot of words. I promise you that's what you can create. I promise you anybody can create words. I promise you, all you have to do is speak words. I promise you, that's how you create words, and then you become a genius like that. You understand? Because you're the one that can speak words. You're the one that has a voice. You're the one that can inspire people. You're the one that has wisdom to give to people. Because when you speak words, I promise you, then people can listen to you, and then you can inspire people, and then you have something to give, and then you have something to look forward to every single day, because you have something that you're creating. You're being a free agent. You're being a free will in life, because you have to realize that you can speak words at work. You can speak words anywhere you go. You can speak words in the car. You can speak words in your journal. You can speak words on video or audio program, or in a writing material somewhere, or you can write a book of words. You know, saying you can just keep creating things. Just keep creating. Be in a state of creation every single day. But God's always creating everything. You understand? So you have to realize that the way you create everything in life, you have to realize that just because I talk about God, for example, you have to realize that yes, it's religious, but it's also not religious. You understand? It's not religious to talk about God. You understand? It's not a religious thing, but it also is a religious thing. You understand? But the thing is, you have to realize it's contradictory, isn't it? But your life is contradictory. You understand? I am, but I am also not. You understand? You have to realize I'm both. You understand? That's how funny it is. You understand? So you have to realize every single day you have to do something that's contradictory in a way that you're growing. You understand? You have to grow from everything that you are. You have to understand, you have to really live life in a way that you are living to the best that you can, but making sure every single day you're trying to really deliver your content. You're trying to deliver your words. You're trying to deliver something that you've never delivered before to other people, so that you can grow in new ways, so that you can help yourself to really expand, so you can expand your life, so you can expand the person you are, expanding your nature, expanding every single day in different ways, loving life, making sure that you're doing something that's never done before in your life. You understand? So go the new way, go the new direction, go somewhere that you've never gone before. You understand? That's where you go with the words. You go with the words like that. You understand? You go and talk words all day long, and because you're talking words, you're finding things to say, and because you're finding things to say, that leads you into a new direction that you've never gone before, and that's how you plan forward. You understand? You plan forward through talking words. I'm still planning this video, for example. I'm planning my life while I'm talking to you. You understand? I'm planning everything because I'm getting smarter with each video that I make on YouTube. I'm getting smarter and smarter and smarter and smarter because I'm creating content. You understand? The more content I get, the better. I promise you, the more content I make, the better I get in terms of what I'm doing. You understand? In terms of what I'm creating. You understand? So the more music I create, the better I get in terms of creating music. And the more words I create, the better I get in terms of creating more words. In a sense, so you have to realize that everything that's come to fruition in life has been because someone has spoke the word of that. In a sense, because you realize that now. You realize that speaking words is how you achieve your goals. And those people who are really able to rotate their words every single day to achieve their goals are the ones that achieve them much sooner than later. Because you have to realize that, have you ever heard that saying, write your goals down? And what that means is speak your words down. You know, speak your words down. You have to realize, speak your goals down. And the more your goals you write for yourself or speak in life, the more goals you have, but the more you're able to achieve them, because you're speaking the words of that. You're making sure that if you want to achieve your goals, you have to speak words to achieve goals. You know, so you have to understand that. You have to realize that if you want to do a better life for yourself, you have to speak a better life for yourself. You know, so you have to speak it for yourself. You have to realize that your words have to be so strong, and your words are so strong every single day, that the more you realize that you have to talk in a positive way, you have to understand, you have to learn to talk positive. That's the thing, that when I first started to speak words, truly, when I first started to really speak words, I realized something, that I became much better than yesterday. I became a better person for it. You know, because I intentionally want to help people now. I intentionally want to go and speak words to them. That I want to deliver content to them. That I want to show them something that I have, that I'm rich in some kind of way. You know, that I have riches in my mind. That I have riches in what I say. You know, that I'm rich in words. That I'm rich in vocabulary, that I'm rich in my life because I have the words to say. You understand? Because I have the words to say, I have the words to inspire people. I have the words to motivate people. I have the words to influence people. I have the words to make sure that I can go and change people's lives, that I can change people's lives, that I can help them to see something that they've never seen before, and I can help them to guide their light, to guide everything in their life, to make sure that I can send my words to them and they'll be inspired by it because they understand exactly where I'm coming from because I'm speaking words. You know what I'm saying? So those people who speak words every single day, they're the great people. I promise you, they're the ones that every single day they got something to talk about. I promise you, because they're just so fucking interesting. You understand? Because they always got something to say. They always got ideas. They've always got better things to say. I promise you, they've always got better ideas because they fucking find them. You understand? They find them in the words that they speak. And because I'm always looking to speak words, I'm always looking to thrive in the words that I speak, because I understand that my life is my words. You understand? The words that I give you is my life. That's how I live my life. You understand? I live my life through the words that I speak. You understand? So if you speak words of negativity, you become a negative person. So you have to realize every single day, speak positivity into the planet and you will always be positive, but you'll always be someone much more influential. You'll always be much more somebody who people want to be around. You understand? They want to be around people because of their positivity. You understand? So you have to realize every single day, no matter what happens, always look to thrive. Look to help people to speak words. Make sure that you're always looking to help people to find their direction. And the best direction that they can find, I promise you, the best direction that you can find is the words in your speech. You understand? Every single day that you have to realize that the best direction in life is speaking words. I promise you, that's the best direction. I promise you, that's the best way to understand everything about life. I promise you, you have to realize that because I spoke this audio program into your heart right now, I promise you, I am much better for it because I understood something about this video that I never understood before that I could speak about like this in my life. You have to realize that because I can speak like this now, I realize exactly what I can do in my next videos to come, because I can speak much better words this time. I can actually speak much better tones into the world. I can actually speak in a different way this time that I've never done before, and that's the interesting thing. Yes, and that's the interesting part of life, that I can keep creating words, that I can keep speaking my words into life, that I can keep doing something that I've never done before, and I can be helping myself to achieve a sense of accomplishment in my life. Because you have to realize that this video already has been a sense of accomplishment in my life, because this is something I've learned in my life, and this is something that I'm speaking about, and you can see the rate of return in my speech. You have to realize that because I'm actually compounding interest in my life, you have to realize that I'm doing that because I'm speaking words. You understand? Because the more words I speak, the more riches I have. You have to realize that's how it is. That's how it's always going to be. You have to realize that those people who intentionally speak words are the people who are going to immense great things in life. They're going to have everything in life. Do you understand? So that's how you find your blessings. You find your blessings in the words you speak. And God gave you words. I promise you, God gave you everything in the tones that you have. I promise you, God gave you the look that you have. I promise you, God gave you everything in life. So you have to utilize your ability, and your truest ability in life is your ability to speak words. I promise you, nobody can speak words like you. I promise you, nobody can speak words like me. I promise you, you have to realize I speak my words better than anybody. You know, I speak much better words for myself than I have yesterday, but I speak on a different level. You know, I speak words on a different level, and now you speak words on a different level. You know, you also speak in a unique way that you do it. You know, you do it yourself. You make sure that you speak in a unique way that nobody else is going to talk like you except you. You know, and that's where you find your uniqueness. That's where you find your true potential. That's where you find your true asset. I promise you, that's where your true asset is. I promise you. Do you know what an asset is in life? I promise you, an asset is something that puts money into your pocket. And now, words put money. Promise you, this you have to realize this. Words put money in your pocket. You know, so the more words you speak, the more money you have. I promise you, it's just that simple. I promise you, you have to realize that the best asset in life to have, and the only thing to understand, to let go of, and to understand every single day is the words you speak. You have to realize, don't hold on to your words. You understand? Don't hold on to anything, but make sure you let go. You understand? Make sure you understand that if you're going to hold on to anything, hold on to your word. You understand? Hold on to your word. Hold on to your words. Okay? Hold on to your words and don't go backwards. You understand? Don't go backwards. So you have to realize that, for example, myself, I hold on to my word. I never go backwards, but I let go of everything. You understand? That's what I do in my life, and that's how I live my life. You understand? So every single day you have to realize that your words are powerful, and what you speak into the planet is something that attracts very quickly to you. You understand? I promise you, the best way to attract anything into your life is to speak the words of it. You understand? Speaking words is the best way to attract life. It's the law of attraction. I promise you, that's what the law of attraction is about. I promise you, it's about manifesting dreams, manifesting everything in your life that's going to be so much better for yourself every single day of your life, that you're going to have a great life because you're manifesting something of great quality into your life. So if you want a wife, if you want a kid, if you want a Ferrari, if you want to travel to Spain, or if you want to make your own festivals around yourself, or whatever it is, then you have to speak a lot of words. You have to speak a lot of words if you want to achieve that. You understand? And that's the only path that you have to go in. I promise you, nothing else. And you have to realize every single day that you achieve greatness inside of you, every single day that you're living life to the fullest, that you're making sure that you're living to the best quality that you can. You're making sure you're always producing content, making sure you're doing something that's always helping you to grow. You understand? You have to realize that's what words is all about. So you have to realize that the best thing that can help you to grow is to speak words. I promise you, speaking words is the best way you grow. You understand? So every single day I do life coaching programs, and the more I speak words, the more I grow. I promise you, it's just that simple. You have to realize just how it makes sense to me. To me personally, this whole audio program makes sense to me. And if it doesn't make sense to you, then repeat it 10 times. I promise you, repeat this audio program 10 times for yourself, and make sure that you understand it. Make sure that you understand to speak the words of life. Because when you speak words of life, I promise you, everything comes in your doorstep. I promise you, everything is attracted to you right away. I promise you, that's what you have to realize. So for example, if for me to do my next music track, or for me to do my next words, or whatever it is, I have to speak more words. I have to speak more words of that. So I have to make sure, I have to say specifically, hey, let's go do my music, let's do this, let's do that, let's do that, let's do that. And then I just make sure that I just speak and speak and speak and speak and speak. And because I'm speaking, then things are happening in my life, because I'm just speaking words much quicker and quicker than before. You understand? And because I'm quicker than ever before right now, I'm much quicker at my communicational skills than ever before. But you have to realize that because I go in front of people sometimes, you have to realize that they don't realize this about me. You understand? Because I act so stupid in front of people. You understand? I act a lot stupid. I act so stupid in front of people because the thing about me, you have to realize, is that I am more silent in front of people than talkative. You understand? Because I'm much more introverted when I'm in front of people than I am away from people. I'm much more extroverted with myself, but with people I'm introverted. You understand? And that's how I am. You have to realize, because the more I speak to people, the more they fucking shun me down, and the more they fucking criticize me in a way that they don't lift me, they don't inspire me. So what inspires me is I go online, I start reading from people who I have never met in my life, and these people tend to inspire me because they don't talk to me. You understand? Because they're not talking to me personally. You understand? Because you have to realize they're talking to a great range of people, and because they're talking to a great range of people, that's where I go for all my knowledge, where all the knowledge is of life. You understand? So when I go where all the knowledge is, then I look to seek exactly what I want to learn. And once I learn it, I go and I start teaching that exactly. And because I exactly teach what I learn, I start learning much quicker. And because I'm a quick learner like that, I'm understanding that I start journaling while I'm actually reading, and I actually always teach what I learn. You know, so you have to realize that because I'm teaching all the time everything about my life, and I'm giving it for free on the internet, I'm much generous than other people, because other people are not doing the same thing that I'm doing. You know, so you have to realize that because they're not following my path in life, then they're losing to some point. You know, and you have to realize that many people are jealous. You understand? Many people are haters. Many people don't have a life. They don't have a proper life. You understand? So you have to realize you have to stay away from people, because most people in the planet cannot inspire you. You have to realize the only person in your life that can inspire you is you. I promise you, nobody else can inspire you except for yourself. You understand? You're the only one that's inspiring you in your life. You have to realize that now, people can inspire you, but you're the ultimate one who allows it to inspire you. You know, do you understand that? You have to realize that, for example, I can only allow people to inspire me. You understand? I promise you, if someone's so inspirational and I don't allow them to inspire me, they'll never inspire me. Yes, and so I always have to allow life. I have to allow people inside of my life. I have to allow everything to happen. I promise you, if I see a cockroach on my bed, I have to allow it to be there. You understand? I have to allow it. I cannot kill it. You understand? I cannot be killing animals. You understand? I cannot be killing anything in life. You understand? So you have to realize that's the kindest way and the kindest approach to not kill anything. Don't kill life. You understand? Try to grow life. I promise you, try to pick up that cockroach, put it outside somewhere. You understand? Try to understand that. I promise you, if there's many cockroaches in your bedroom, then change bedrooms. Change houses, go somewhere else, but leave the cockroaches alone. I promise you have to realize that's how it is, you understand? You have to realize every single day, you have to realize you have to be kind. You have to be kind every single day. You have to inspire, you have to understand, you have to create something. You have to realize that when you go to the movies, I promise you somebody's created a movie for you. I promise you, isn't that something to be grateful for? I promise you have to realize that this audio program I created for you, you have to be grateful for this. You understand? You have to be someone who's sharing this message around. You have to share people around. You understand? Share your knowledge around. I promise you have to realize that if you got 5 family members and you let's say invested in a sandwich, you chop up the sandwiches in 5 blocks and you give to each family member. You understand? You share your sandwich around. You don't keep the sandwich for yourself when you got 5 family members to feed. You understand? So you have to realize that's how you share information. You share all the time, everything in your life as much as possible. Share your money with other people. Share your wisdom with other people. Share your words with other people. Words is wisdom. I promise you, the more words you have in life that you've given, the more wisdom you have. You understand? The more you build upon everything that you are, and you just keep going in a direction that you've never gone before, and then that way you create even more words. And because you're creating words, I promise you, then things are flowing in your life. Do you understand? Because when things are flowing in your life, everything's happening for you. You understand? Everything's happening not to you, but for you. And because of how you react to it is how you speak words about it. You understand? You speak words about everything around life, and that's how you react. You react by speaking words. And because you're speaking words and you're reacting in a positive way, I promise you, then you're understanding that you're living life in the best kind of way possible for yourself, because you're living to the best ability that you can live. You understand? So you have to understand that you have to start encouraging people to succeed. You have to understand that the more you encourage people to succeed, and the more you give them information, you inform them, you entertain them, you inspire them, you motivate them. That's what Toastmasters is about. You understand? So you have to realize that I've been at Toastmasters for 1 year, but I don't go there anymore because I don't need to go there anymore. And you have to realize that I've established myself as a speaker now. You understand? Because you can understand this audio program. You have to realize this is someone who's a speaker. You understand? I'm a speaker. So you can realize that everything I've said in this program, in terms of how I've said it, you have to realize that you can understand I speak for a living. You understand? I speak for a living. I make sure every single day I'm living to the fullest every single day as much as possible. I'm trying to every single day grow my mindset, grow the best way I can, make sure that I'm trying to make sure that I be positive every single day of my life, doing something that I've never done before, helping myself to grow in just the best ways possible. I try to read things every single day. I try to read materials from other people, and I try to write notes down upon what they're saying. And when they say something positive, or when they say something that's insightful for me, I write it down. I start teaching it on paper straight away. I try to teach it in my electronic phone. I write it down in my electronic phone. I'm listening to YouTube. I'm listening to someone speak, and then I'm writing things down while I'm actually reading audio programs. and while I'm actually reading, I'm actually writing. You understand? And because I'm writing, I'm actually teaching myself what they're saying. I'm trying to make common sense of what they're saying. You understand? Because sometimes when you just listen to an audio program but you're not writing anything down and you're not speaking words over it, then you don't understand it as much. You understand? So if you write words down while you're actually listening to people speak, then you understand exactly where they're going about their communication and what they're saying and why they're saying it. In a sense, so you have to realize that's why reading and writing is so important to your life. It's going to help your mindset. It's going to help your mentality. It's going to help you to grow every single day. It's going to help you to inspire people. It's going to help you to really live a great life every single day. So if you really want to achieve the best life possible every single day, you have to learn to inspire. You have to learn to really speak words, and you have to learn every single day something about success, something about achievement, something about productivity, something about time management, something about helping yourself to understand life, about anything. You have to realize, just learn how to understand life. Learn how to be about things in a way that you're being someone much more than yesterday. You understand? That's the whole point of delivering something. You understand? You deliver quality, you deliver ideas. So you have to realize that this audio program is going to go a long way for my kids. You understand? All I do is send them one fucking link to my YouTube account, and guess what? They have all these fucking videos from me that they can read all their life. You understand? They can always come back and see Papa fucking talking about things that is making common sense, and that they can always have me around, you know, as their coach. You understand? Because you have to realize that I've done 2,000 videos now on YouTube, and you have to realize that those 2,000 videos on YouTube, if I have kids in my life, they can always read those videos. They can always go through all those videos of all my music and all my content that I've ever made on YouTube. You understand? But it's not just on YouTube, it's also in my Mega Drive account. So every single YouTube video that I make, I post in my description below. I post my Mega Drive link, and then you can always see all my photos. You can see all my music production files, everything to do with my life coaching content, everything about my life. I've given it to you on the internet. And that's how I be generous every single day. So every single day I'm always writing content down. I upload it to the internet, and then I'm free. You understand? I'm free soul. You understand? Because I'm understanding how to grow myself. I'm understanding that the more I give everything to the internet, the better I am. You understand? The better I am in everything that I do, because I'm generous. Because I'm living my life to the fullest as much as I can, and I'm trying to actually do much better for myself as much as possible. You understand? So you have to realize every single day that no matter what happens, try to always understand that no matter what happens, I'm just trying to help. I'm trying to help. So don't take this negatively. Don't be a negative critic. Don't be someone who is not giving constructive feedback. You understand? If you're going to give negative feedback, give positive feedback as well. You understand? Try to make sure you understand that there is no positivity without negativity, but try to be positive only. Try to always be positive. Try to be making sure that people are on the positive track in their life. Yes, and that's how you actually live a life of gratitude. That's how you live a life of great ability. So you have to realize that if you want to create great abilities in your life, then you have to speak words. You have to realize words achieve everything in life. Those people who are understanding how to speak words achieve it all. They achieve everything they ever want in life, because that's exactly what they make out of their life. But all you can make out of life is wisdom that you have right now. I promise you, there are a lot of people who are not utilizing words. They're not utilizing their own words that they speak on a daily basis. So you have to realize that if there's anything that can help people the most in life, it's the words in life. I promise you, words help the most in life. I promise you, words help more than music. Words are something that is so fabulous and so amazing in life to have, and those people who can utilize their own words to their own advantage to make sure that they can help people with their words are the ones who are rich. I promise you, they're the ones who have a life. I promise you, they're the ones who have a better life than yesterday. I promise you, they're the ones who have a great mind. I promise you, they're the geniuses of the world. They're the ones who are creating things. They're the ones who are taking action. I promise you, they're the ones who are functioning properly. I promise you, they're the ones who don't have mental health issues. I promise you, they're the ones who are not drug addicts. You understand? Because you have to realize that if you speak words over everything, and if you speak words instead of that, you can overcome drugs, you can overcome people, you can overcome God, you can overcome everything in life. And since I'm not saying that God is negative, you have to realize God's always the almighty positive individual. You understand? So you have to realize that everything's positive in life, but there are people who are negative, so you have to stay away from people. But like I said earlier in this program, stay away from everybody. Try to stay away from people. You understand? And stay away from people as much as possible and go your own direction. Go somewhere that you've never gone before is what I'm saying. And then you understand exactly what you need to do on a daily basis. You go on the internet, you start producing as much content as possible on the internet, and you just make sure you're helping as much as you can. It's not about being famous. But you have to realize that anybody can become famous with money, man. You have to realize money is the big talker of life. You have to realize that those people who have money, I promise you, they can become famous so easily. All they have to do is market themselves on the internet with their money, and they're all automatically famous. You know, so you have to realize that if you go the freeway, that's the best way. The freeway. Always do the most affordable thing in life. You understand? Make sure that you understand. Make sure you're investing in yourself as much as possible. Invest in your education. Invest in your mindset. Invest in knowledge. Knowledge will bring you to where you need to be. You understand? Knowledge will help you to empower yourself. Knowledge will help you to become a greater attitude. Knowledge will help you like this audio program has helped you. You understand? So you have to realize that no matter what happens, live your life to the best you can every single day and help people. I promise you, help people. You understand? Just help people as much as possible and live life always understanding that no matter what happens, that you are here to inspire people, that you are here to live a great life. You understand? And that's what I want for you, and that's what I want for your kids, and that's why I'm always giving this content around, because I understand that people need this information. People need to be inspired. People need to hear my voice. People need to hear my words even more. You know, since you have to realize every single day, make sure you're understanding that everything in communication goes together. You know, tone of voice goes with the words. Body language goes with the tone of voice. Body language goes with the words. Everything goes with communication. You know, and those people who can communicate have the world.